You know,
Yeah,
topics. You
prepared.
write down
We're
any
gonna
topics.
have to freestyle it.
We gotta
for the
freestyle?
first one because I'm new to it.
That's what I did.
This is the first time I used this.
First time you use this?
Do you have any tips for me since I'm new to podcasting?
Since you're new to podcasting. Any tips?
Yes.
I mean, with all our podcasting for the MEHS podcast, we kind of freeballed everything. We didn't even plan, or we'd plan out who would give us the best content because of based on like personality and how popular someone is. But at the same time, someone can be not popular at all and have like crazy stories to talk about, which is super cool.
Who do you think is the best person you've interviewed so far?
The best person we've interviewed has to be like Mr. Cook.
Mr. Cook.
He has a lot of cool stories, his wolf stories, and like just a lot of cool things that come from him, especially because like he's a new teacher, and like he's pretty chill. So it was cool to get to know him.
Did you do your podcast on AI yet?
Yeah, we were going to actually. I was going to, but I mean, you can do that with him if you want to. But I mean, he wanted to be on the podcast about AI because he likes his AI stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He really got into that, so he definitely wanted us to talk about it on the podcast, and we were gonna do an episode on it. But
how come you're so disciplined compared to like everybody else? What got you that way?
For sports.
Sports did to you? Like you're more motivated than everybody else, I guess. You like push yourself more.
I'm disciplined because I definitely wanna. It's not like showing off, but I definitely wanna show that I can be better than a lot of these other people, like that I compete against, and like in the room, being a senior and a captain, I have to set a standard of what the room has to look like, because if it doesn't, it shows how the coaches coach, or like it falls on them, but it also falls on the captain, because the coaches can only do so much, and being like disciplined like me, it really it will boost the overall room. Like everyone's affected by it. Like they would want to compete better, be more disciplined, like me, give them an example of what to be.
So I'm talking about like why you're motivated.
Oh, why am I motivated?
Yes.
I just wanna win. That's the bottom line. I just wanna win.
Were you always that way? Like back in the day, like say 5 years ago or so? Or has it gone up since then?
It's definitely gone up since then. Before I was kind of complacent of what I wanted to. If something got too hard, I would stop. I would be playing a lot of video games, eating a lot of junk food, just not doing active things. You know, I quit baseball. I liked it, but it wasn't my thing. Yeah, I really didn't feel motivated then, but like I started working out a little bit with my dad, and then it got me realizing that I should be doing more stuff physical, which got me motivated to do wrestling.
So, do you think it all started with you working out with your dad?
Yeah, I think that's where it started, because I started like getting stronger, and I was like, hey, I could like defend myself and like feel motivated to keep working out every day, so I can just keep looking better and feeling better.
How long ago was that?
That was like my 7th and 8th grade year, so like 5 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. For me, it started like I started working out freshman year, like the end of 8th grade. I started working out because that's like around your birthday party when I showed up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to get super jacked and be better than everyone else. So I started working out. That's when I like clicked in my head or something that like I can work out and become better than everybody else if I want to.
Yeah.
I can like. So I guess that just got me hooked, and it kept going up since then. And I started working out more and more, and seeing the results. It kept coming back, feeding me to become just keep getting better.
Did did at any point you didn't see any results? Did you want to stop, or did you just trust in the process that you're not going to see results every day?
I think the trust, it started small, and then you kind of get like that feedback of like muscles. You can lift heavier weights, and just like all the benefits come back, and then you're able to like work even harder, and it keeps feeding back into itself. That's how I see it, like a
Yeah.
positive feedback loop.
That's a good way to see it, because for me especially, I mean, I got motivated, but I definitely got unmotivated at times. That's where discipline comes in play, because with discipline beats motivation 100% of the time. So that's why everyone should strive for discipline rather than trying to find motivation, because motivation dies. Discipline is every day.
Yeah, motivation. You can watch a video and can become motivated. You can freaking take pre-workout and get motivated, but discipline is when you feel like shit and you do it anyways because you trust in the process.
Yeah, you do stuff that you don't necessarily like, but you do it like you love it anyway. So.
So when did you get into, say, what did you do after working out? Did you do boxing or something?
Yeah, I definitely I had a punching bag at home, so I would always punch that. And I bought like boxing gloves. This is like This is like the start of my freshman year, and for fun I'd bring my boxing gloves to like the dirt jumps or whatever, and we'd watch like little kids box each other, and I would box people just for fun. It was like my way of doing a sport. And then later in my freshman year, my classmate Larry told me to do wrestling, and I wanted to do it my 8th grade year, but then COVID happened, so there isn't really a way to do it. And then freshman year was kind of weird with the COVID still, so. But I mean, yeah, I started off with the boxing stuff, and then I gradually moved me on to like other things, which was pretty cool because like, it's all physical, so you gotta be physically ready for all that.
Okay.
What made you want to do wrestling?
Well, when I first started wrestling, it was my friends Stuart and Maxwell. They started doing wrestling. They showed up at the kids club and during summer break, and then my mom's like, "Go try it out. They're doing it. Just give it a shot. If you don't like it, you can always like quit, whatever." So I did it. I gave it a shot, and it wasn't as bad as I thought, and I started liking it, and I became more dedicated to it, and I did over the season. So just trying something new, and I fell in love with it.
That's good. Well, looking back, like you saw Maxwell and Stewart going to those kids club practices, and now both those guys aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Just explain to me how you feel.
Well, Stewart like quit instantly because Maxwell he still likes wrestling, I feel like, but he just wanted to get more jacked. He doesn't like being skinny, so he's quit wrestling to go to the gym more, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, definitely. Like it takes time out of your gym. You'll start to lift less heavier weight, but in return you'll get cardio, flexibility, and core strength. You trade out all that raw strength for other things that are more beneficial to you. And yesterday at the tournament we saw guys that were Maxwell's weight and they were super jacked. So like it's not like he can't get jacked. He just has to work at it and work harder.
I feel like maybe he's too tall though. Because he's probably taller than most of those guys.
Yeah, he could lose the weight too and go down weight classes to make it harder for guys that are less stronger to go up against him, because he could use his length against those guys and leverage. But you know, it's up to him what he wants to do. What was the yesterday at the tournament? How did you how were you feeling going into your first match?
First one, I'm with my first matches normally. I don't know. Like either I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't really think of my first matches, but I think I went up against like one of the best guys. My first match. It's like, and I'm probably. I was thinking maybe I was going to go 2-0 or something. Maybe I'll like get one win
and then get out.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I went up against that guy. He's pretty good. He's really strong. I couldn't really get past him or take a shot because it's just like has that good blocking and stuff. You can't really outmuscle him.
What
neutral.
What about his style surprised you the most? Just like, yeah, what did he tend to do that was just like surprising?
He had this special thing that he'd line up. When he'd line up on the line like diagonal. So he could like circle to you and like get a better angle to shoot from.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. And now I started doing it to everybody after that match.
Nice. And you won. You won basically every match after that except one.
It's like it allows you to like circle better. You have the advantage,
and
then they have to back up on you instantly because you start with an angle on them. It's a pretty good strat.
Good strategy. That's good.
Yeah.
He placed third, I believe, right? No, he placed second.
The homie guy placed third.
Yeah, he placed second. Right?
I don't know. I need to look at the photo.
Yeah, I'll look at the photo, but no, he was top. He was a top guy.
Yeah, you can't. I was stuck on bottom the entire match. One of those things kind of sucked. I like had some. I could almost get out of there. I kept getting mat return. Fucking got slammed on my head.
Yeah, I got slammed on my head with the St. Augustine guy. That one, I was like seeing stars for a second, and I was looking at his coaches like they were mine, but they were not my coaches. But I mean, I was just trying to stand up and make him get the stall call, but then he might return me, so not worth it.
Okay. What do you think before you go into a match? What are you thinking?
Before, like at the start of the year?
No, I mean like before every match, what are you thinking? Like, are you nervous? Are you worrying about like, what am I gonna do to this guy? What are you thinking?
How do I feel before my match? Usually I have like butterflies in my stomach sometimes. You know, everyone's nervous. Even if someone doesn't seem nervous, they're a little bit nervous, like, what if this guy could beat me and stuff. I think about that a little bit, and then when I wrestle my best, it's when I don't, like, let my thoughts eat me up. Like, I don't let it control me. Because when you see someone that's thinking too much out there, like our teammate Johnny, sometimes, like, he's just worried too much, like, and you gotta keep it smooth, because when you're smooth, that's when you act without thinking. You're just doing counter. You're just thinking counter attack, stuff like that. And that's I've really mentally prepared myself to like do that now. Just like keep things smooth, shoot, like do these things like without trying to think too much. But yeah, before my matches, I'm worrying a little bit of what this guy might have on me. His looks, maybe he looks stronger, maybe he doesn't look strong, but he might be tall, and I might be like, scared of leg riding or whatever. Like, it's just all that, everyone thinks about these things, but I try not to let it get to me, because the more you think about it, the more it's just going to shut you down in the middle of the mat.
Yeah, I feel like half the time you can tell if it's going to be a good wrestler, because you go on that mat and like some of them you can tell like they have like smooth, small ass forearms, and you can like, this guy's probably not that experienced. I can beat him. That's what I see. And then, yes, it's hard to tell. But what I've recently started doing is I used to get super nervous before matches. My first tournament I went to at Brawley, I like almost threw up before a match because of how nervous I was. But since then, I've I was always nervous last year, but recently this year, the method I use is I just don't think about it because what I say is like in my head, worrying's not going to change the outcome of the match. Like just thinking and ruminating about it isn't going to change the outcome. So I'm just wasting time.
Mm. Definitely, like, if it's out of your control, like, there's not much you can do. Like, if the guy's better than you, then he's better than you. But what you have to do, what you have to worry about is what you can do, and that's like wrestle your best match. So
Yeah. I don't even think on the mat when I'm wrestling. I don't even think because I just rely on when I'm wrestling. It's all muscle memory. Like when I was doing that head lever on like the one guy, I only had my eyes closed because I fucking felt like shit. But I lay just it's all muscle memory. I don't even think during my matches because that slows me down. If I have to think like if I'm in neutral, I'm thinking like, what am I gonna do? Like maybe you should do this. It's slow, but when I wrestle my best, it's when I'm just going with the flow and doing whatever.
yeah, I could definitely agree on that. Like my first match yesterday, like I didn't I let the guy shoot on me, which I know I was a better wrestler than him, but like I didn't shoot, even though my coaches said the shot was there. I didn't set up my shots very well. He shot on me, I stuffed it, but I should have never let him have been able to even touch my leg at all. And my next match, I went out there more calm, more thinking or doing without thinking as much, just like wrestling, making sure I'm attacking and attacking and counterattacking, just like without thinking too hard. Because when I think too hard, that's when you can like move your feet the wrong way and like think you want to do one thing, but you do it the wrong way. But if you don't like if you don't beat yourself in the head too much, you'll definitely feel better on the mat. Because when you're doing that to your head, it's gonna show on the mat that you're thinking too much and like you even if you want it super bad, like you can want it real bad, but when you think too much, that will really shut down like your flow, like how smooth you're gonna wrestle.
Mm-hmm. So you're just thinking nothing.
Think of nothing. Be water, my friend.
Alright. Well, what should I talk about next? What? I can cut this part out of the video if I wanted to.
Yeah, you got the editing, but let me think. What? How do you think wrestling has benefited you since you've joined?
I think the biggest benefit is there's like a lot. Maybe probably the discipline aspect, just doing something you don't want to do repeatedly. There's like commitment to it because you never quit wrestling. That's one thing you don't do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay with it. It teaches you to just stay committed and not to quit on things. And also, I guess there's a team working aspect to it, like working with other people and drilling and stuff. And it teaches you to, I guess, develop an ego and like try to want to be better than everybody else.
Yeah, I could definitely agree. Definitely discipline teaches you discipline, gets you stronger mentally and physically. It challenges you mentally. But about the ego thing, how do you feel like? Do you like being humble? Do you like having a big ego?
fucking hate dog. No.
You're messing up the podcast.
Fuck.
This is editing right now. Why do you think I never edited my videos? We had to clean. Not joking.
Dude, you close the door and kick the dog out.
Hey, Hank.
Yeah, W podcast.
W podcast. You want me to repeat that question?
Oh, I think I remember it. So, ego or being humble? I think I actually made a video on this, but I couldn't publish it because it's too dark.
Too dark? too dark?
My mom watched it and she's like, take that shit down.
Really?
It's because I think you should have an ego, but not use it in the way everybody else thinks. Because when people say have a big ego, they think you're gonna be an asshole to everybody, and you're just gonna treat them like shit, and you're gonna like do egotistical stuff. Like Caleb kind of has an ego, and no one really.
Yeah,
nobody
really likes him.
That's how an ego can negatively affect you. But using an ego like on yourself, if you think that you're better than everybody else, you're gonna work to prove that to yourself.
Man, it's like a
If you have that self-importance.
self-importance and motivation. It kind of motivates you at the same time, but like, yeah, having that ego.
Use the way you use your ego, you justify your ego by outworking everybody else. And it comes into play when you're like in your head, like maybe you're working super hard and you feel like quitting. You remind yourself you're the fucking man. Fucking push yourself. Have that ego. Because I was humble like back in the day and it didn't do anything good for me. So yeah, I think ego is the way.
You think ego is the way?
Mhm.
I don't really have much of an ego. I would say nobody around me really sees my ego. I keep it humble. But when it comes to Caleb, you know, I gotta show my ego because it's a little annoying.
Yeah, like keep your ego to yourself.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Use your ego on yourself.
Use it on your opponents, not our team.
Take your ego out when you're fucking.
When you're going for
dying.
that state championship.
Yeah.
But no, it's I like to stay humble when someone's like, especially at school, people like, you know, or even outside of school, people are like, you think, you know, everyone, if anyone has ever asked you this question, they're like, do you think you can beat me in a fight? And then you're like, I just laugh it off because like, I don't want to give them an answer because.
Yeah, I never answered that truthfully.
Yeah, I never. It's like I stay humble to that because I know what I'm capable of.
It's not gonna benefit either of you to like fucking say you're better and
Yeah.
gloat or whatever. So yeah, keep your ego to yourself in that situation.
Mm-hmm. But like for the competitive mindset, ego will help you like strive to be better, and try to improve yourself every day.
Now, next part we should talk about.
How's your
You should really
endurance?
write these out.
How is your endurance and conditioning?
Poor.
Poor. Why would you say poor?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I took pre-workout and I did fine.
Was that so? After did you take pre-workout before your first match, or did you take it after your, like before your second
I
match?
took 2 scoops before my first match.
Mm.
And then it's really like, I felt like freaking prickling in my skin.
Prickling in your skin. Was that like a good prickling? Like get you woken up prickling?
It's like, how should I say it? Like when a body part falls asleep or something. It's like tickling.
Do you think that was a beneficial feeling at all?
I don't know, just that's emphasizing the power of pre-workout.
Yeah, my mom wants to go buy me pre-workout because I did so good with it. So
Maybe it's just a coincidence.
yeah, or who knows? Who knows? What
Well,
motivates you to win a match? Not to be embarrassed, or just like tell me what motivates you.
when I'm like on my back about to get fucking pinned, oh, it depends. Like that one time when I was doing well and almost got fucking pinned, like up a ton of points, I was thinking like, bro, I made this fucking far. Hell no. I literally just gotta fucking stomp my ass off on bottom and I'm goaded. And that's what I did. And then like some other matches, what motivated me to I just wanted to prove it to myself that I could be a good wrestler if I wanted to. What motivates you?
Motivates me. I just don't want to get embarrassed, and I hate and I don't want to embarrass my coaches either. Like I know they're not getting embarrassed, but like when I fail, I feel like other people look at them like, oh, that coach isn't good, and I don't want to let down. I don't want to let down my coaches either. So that's why I want to win.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people pay more attention to you because it's expected for you to perform super well.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of pressure, but like my last match, I didn't feel much pressure, even when all eyes were on me. Like for my finals match, like went out there, took shots.
How did it feel almost getting pinned off the whistle?
It felt I mean, I shot on him off the whistle, but like I thought we were out of bounds, so I kind of stopped kicking and fighting because I kicked the coach in the leg, and I guess we weren't out of bounds, so it was whatever. I went back to the middle. I know I didn't get pinned, so went back and then tried to fight off. I couldn't get off bottom really. He had a pretty good tight waist, and Iowa to his 3/4 Nelson was pretty. It was good. He wasn't able to pin me with it because I was defending it very well. But I went out there, worked my moves the best I could. I couldn't get the win, but still took second place, which is better than no place.
What are your go-to moves in a match? What's your first takedown?
So my first takedown used to be low single, but I kind of steered away from that. My ankle really hindered me from shooting the low single because I don't feel very confident in being able to shoot that low and fast as before. So I kind of stuck with punching at underhooks, punching at one underhook, and then shooting a high C, which got me a lot of takedowns yesterday. So right now, high C is my go-to move, but I'll switch it up because I need to be more dimensional, not just one dimensional. Just need to be able to shoot off both legs and both sides, and just not be that one dimensional wrestler because it gives me more options if I'm able to shoot both sides.
Yeah, my thing is I just try to get inside control and push into them and do that Coach Gray thing. And then when they push back, I like throw them over and shoot. And then I'll do Russian ties. And I don't really have that much of a neutral game. I like bear hug them sometimes if I'm tired.
The bear hug works very well with you. Against the Christian guy, you kind of just like squeezed him to death.
I feel like nobody expects the bear hug because you can catch them off guard with it when they like try to come back from a shot or something, and you can sneak in underhooks.
Yeah, you're good at like sneaking in the underhook, and then
once I have my hands locked.
Yeah, once you have your hands locked, it's basically over for them.
Because I can like fucking
you squeeze it to
break anybody's back.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if like I hold them like in the thing the whole time, fucking mash, gas them.
Just squeeze their back the whole time and like. What about I don't know if anyone has a video of your Guajome match, but uh, what was your mindset going into that match?
Uh, I was like, this guy doesn't actually look as good as everyone's making him out to be. Like, and then once the match started, I like got my whatever single leg or something. I was like gonna transition to a double, and they caught me with that hand arm or whatever. And then I thought it was on my side. I thought it was, I didn't think I was pinned. I was just gonna work my way up and then stall the entire match, but apparently I was on my back. I didn't think I was pinned.
Yeah, from what I saw, that's he's done that move to you last year a lot. That's really all I've seen from him. I really haven't seen anything but that head and arm or that bail, that like last ditch effort, like head throw, the trip or whatever he does. Cause like I thought you had a body lock on him. I thought you were gonna body lock him, bear hug, and then he threw you. And I was like, darn it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to wrestle that last match because I really thought that last one was my last match
That
for
was
some
your last
reason.
one.
And then someone says I have 2 more matches, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, so you kind of got out of that killer mindset, huh?
Yes, I was caught off guard.
I hate that. You just get when you don't think you're gonna wrestle again.
And I was really worrying the entire thing, and then once I was ready to wrestle, I was like, didn't even care. So I was just worrying for no fucking reason. So don't worry about what you're gonna do coming up to your match, because it'll all click, I guess.
Definitely. What would you say? How would you say, in your opinion, how was the team's performance yesterday, and what? Well, let me just hear what you have to say about the team's performance first.
A few people, I forgot who. Some people just went 2-0, I guess. Johnny's guy, it's like, I watched it. Yeah, he kept being shot on, and he couldn't do anything.
The La Jolla guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, his second. He did good his second match against El Cap.
I think I missed it.
It was against this guy with like Caven Holmgren, but like midget.
My match was probably during his.
Yeah, you're getting you're in the hole or whatever. But his Johnny's last match, the guy could not shoot at all. His shoot was like just like a reach. It was not a shot. Anytime the other guy scored was just because Johnny messed up something, because Johnny was in his head too much, and like, when you're in your head, it's game over. You lost the match before you even started. So
I think all Drew did was just like blast doubles and cradles.
last double, yeah, I think he won every match after he lost by cradle.
And then Pooh Bear went against that one guy with that freaking huge ass back tattoo.
Yeah,
Fucking, he's just good at.
I don't know. He dropped a weight class though. I mean, he just has to get into it. It's not bad to go down a weight class. It shouldn't be harder. You're just not used to the guys that are down the weight class. You've never seen them really. But who else? Phoenix. He won 2 or lost 1, lost 2.
No, I didn't pay attention. His last match, I like the guy's physique.
His arm, that guy. You liked his physique? Wow.
Yeah,
His shoulders were very defined.
He very defined everything.
His shoulders were good.
Very good physique.
Let me think. Who else? Who else did I think Drew was the only one that did. He lost his first one, right? And then won 4 after that. I won 4 and I lost my last one.
And really, Weird Al's matches were like basically just bottom shit.
Yeah, I didn't. I saw his first match. I did not see his second match. The
Looks
I think Noah had some good matches, real good matches. He's got to push the pace on the guys and get some muscle on them.
He doesn't have a good neutral stance. He
No.
leans too much.
Leans and he's got to shoot. Coach Gray's already talking to him about shooting with meaning and like where your head should be and where your arms should be and where it shouldn't be. He just has to listen to that. And like he should be watching college level wrestling.
Yeah, his shooting, he doesn't commit to a shot, and then like the rest of his match, he's just driving.
Yeah, driving. Literally driving the guy across the mat the whole time, and just gassing himself out. Even though he has a better gas tank than all these other guys.
Why do you think he has such good cardio?
Oh, I mean, cross country definitely, but he does CrossFit. And especially when he gets off the mat, he's not as gassed as these other guys that I've seen. And like during matches, like if he would have finished his shots, then he'd be doing so much better than how he's been performing lately. But it's just being able to finish the shot.
His technique's probably to get on top and go all 3 rounds. That's probably how you win. He just needs to gas other people out.
My technique is to get points and then stall on boss.
My technique is I don't have any.
How did your brothers perform yesterday?
I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Apparently Weston did like a swan dive or something.
A swan dive?
I don't know what that is. Probably like a shot.
Oh, like a low single probably.
I have to see the video.
Yeah.
I tried doing a tilt on one guy, but I couldn't get him past 90. And then that was the guy I almost got pinned to.
Oh, the Christian guy?
I think he was from, it looks like, it wasn't Christian. It looked like the Mount Miguel singlets, but it's like not Mount Miguel. Like GH or something.
Grossmont maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Finally, my problem is I get chicken wings and then I take pressure off. I can't keep pressure in the chicken wings.
Yeah. I saw some. Things, some more tilts with the chicken wings that we could probably improve upon, especially for you. Like, you get the chicken wings like 1,000 times a match. That you could be teching guys all day, just like 3 points.
I need to work on my grip.
Go 3 points there. Go.
Because I have trouble getting the wrists and stuff.
Yeah, keeping the wrist. I have I've been working on the grip strength, especially grip strength forearms for that optimal. Once I grab your wrist, I'm not gonna let go, so you can't like escape out of my chicken wing.
Yeah, head lever with 2 fingers.
Yeah, head lever with the fingers. But definitely I'm just working on the grip strength and knowing we gotta start, coach says it all the time, chain wrestle. And that's because chain wrestling has to play in with like your mindset. Like if you're thinking too much, it's hard to chain wrestle because you're gonna be too focused on something.
Yeah, you'll just be stalling on top and doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you chain wrestle, it's like your entire move is till the pin. Mm-hmm. People just think one move at a time. But you need to think the whole match.
Yeah.
So what I do is, if I take them down, I'll probably do a tight loose chop and get 2-on-1. Or if that doesn't work, I head lever, and then I'll try to get a chicken wing or a half.
Well, did I got one pin yesterday. Yeah, yeah, I got one pin yesterday, and that was by no, I got two actually. What am I talking about? I don't know. I threw the Hoover guy, and then I ran the tilt on him, and he flipped himself over and pinned himself. He said it was super tight. I was like, okay, but you pinned yourself.
Okay.
I guess it was that tight.
Okay, so one of them, I did a head and arm to get a pin. Like, I was up points, I was they just tried to stall on top. But I somehow caught him head and arm. I just pinned him that way. Then the next guy also got him head and arm because I was on bottom and I got my hips out and I just hip tossed him.
Yeah.
And I was trying to choke him out.
You're telling me, and then like.
I didn't see the video because I was trying to like get the arm and like get it locked up.
So you went like
I was
this?
doing this.
Yeah, I always wanted to. I want to do that in one of my matches. Hit the head and arm or whatever, or somehow get my way to head and arm position, and then switch to the RNC finish, and then sit out with it, and then just like literally, it's it'll literally choke the guy out. So.
One technique I do is I'll cross-face around the neck because the refs fucking retarded, most of them, and they don't see it.
Yeah.
So
refs,
it's beneficial.
Refs have been lacking. Not as bad as Farmersville, but fingernails. I got my leg all scratched up.
Like, if they're not gonna fucking call their shit, then I was gonna have to play the game.
Exactly. Like, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. If you're not playing into the rules, like, if they're obviously lacking in some, like, you can crossface as hard as you want and they don't care, then, like, and you're getting crossface a whole bunch, when it's your turn on top, why wouldn't you crossface as hard as you can? They're not gonna, it doesn't do you any good for not, like, being soft with your opponent. What did you think about our trip to Farmersville? How was that? How's that experience?
Well, going into Farmersville, the fucking drive took forever because I was sat in between Jason and Maxwell and they were fighting the whole time.
So you couldn't fast travel and fall asleep?
No.
I don't think I fell asleep for a little bit and then I woke up and then we started like 2 more hours and I think I stayed up the rest of the 2 hours. It was very uncomfortable.
I tried sleeping, but I couldn't get comfortable. So I was like sleeping upright.
On the ride back from Farmersville is definitely faster for me because I fell asleep. There's not as many people in the van.
I think I was listening to a podcast in Coach Fury's van, and I sat myself up front so I could lay down, and I got some pretty good sleep. It took fucking forever.
What was the funnest part about Farmersville, you think?
The hotels.
The hotels? Team bonding?
Yes. I like the hot tubs and shit. They're pretty good. Yeah, and the hot tubs.
Let me think. I was kind of disappointed that, not a lot of people made it to the second day. I really felt like thought we were gonna kind of win the tournament, but it didn't happen.
We should have just gone to.
I should have went to it now, yeah.
Yeah, you should have really just got rid of the second day. You got a medal though.
Got a medal. But if I wrestled like that, like how I did yesterday, I felt like I could do so much better. I've been hitting my high C's a lot, but when I always mess up my low C moves. Not at practice, but when I'm against other people.
You think it was the pre-workout?
Yeah, I think it was a pre-workout for sure. What do you
Did you feel the energy?
I felt the energy. I felt the energy course. I felt it coursing through my veins, which was very good. The only I wrestled like that before. It was last year at CIF. I like drank coffee for my wrestling match, and then I ate gummy bears. So it like gave me that sugar boost, and I went into my match feeling good. I was like, I'm ready to wrestle. I'm not gonna stop, and I did real good. So
Yeah, I had 2 scoops of pre-workout, and I was on bottom the whole time, but I was still moving the whole time. And I'm gonna fucking stall on bottom.
I should have taken it before my finals match. Got another shot.
Thing is, I still felt exhausted, but I just kept going. So I think I found cardio, but it just tricked my brain into thinking I did.
Have you been doing anything for your cardio, or have you gone on runs?
I was gonna do a run every morning after the ice bath, but I can't do it because I'm busy wrestling and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I would be going on runs as well, but my ankle is not doing good. I need to lay off of it before I go back to running.
You could do like exercise biking.
Yeah, exercise biking. I mean, I'll run at practice, but like, I was feeling good before the tournament, and then after my last match, I got home and my foot just.
You should ice bath your ankle.
Ice bath my yeah. I should make it. Ice bath my ankle till I get frostbite.
Because my mom had like some stupid back thing or whatever, and then she took ice baths for like 3 days and it was gone.
In Thailand, they actually for any injuries, they wrap up your leg in rice and they put tiger balm on your leg, and then it's supposed to like heal your fucking leg.
What's the point of rice?
I don't know. It's like that phone shit where you put your phone in the rice. I just saw a video on it. The guy said his knee felt 90% better.
90.
90%, not even 100.
How's he gonna gauge that?
I don't know. He said it felt tweaked. It has to just be the tiger balm. It's not even the rice. The rice doesn't do anything. We gotta test this out. We gotta do this on Phoenix.
They're your Chinese life hacks.
Chinese have like Phoenix. It sounds like he needs this.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on the injuries on our team?
What's Johnny's injury?
He's like a back problem. I don't know. I think that's from football.
I see him sitting out a lot. That's definitely affecting him.
Yeah, definitely affecting the gas tank for sure. Like he's naturally got the technique of the shot, the double leg, and just being an athlete. But he's got I don't know. We gotta get a attack bike, like how Coach was saying.
I think Phoenix is, because it was his knee at first, one season, and now it's his ankle or something. Maybe I think he's not fully healed and he's walking funny, and then that's fucking up all his other shit.
Yeah, definitely. When you mess up something and it affects the rest of the leg. That's how I felt. My ankle started hurting my knee. But
yeah, my toe got hurt and now my knee hurt because I'm shooting fucked up.
Yeah, it was definitely hard to shoot yesterday because the top of my toe, like the bone next to my toe, the one on the left side of my big toe, it's like a pump. I think someone stomped on it at practice. Now it was hurting the day of.
I don't think I'm ever getting my toe fixed because I talked to my mom about seeing a podiatrist and now I think she's fucking stalling.
Stalling.
She's like,
I think you should take out your foot on the table and we just do surgery right now.
I tried doing it with a fucking, what are they called? I like X-Acto blade.
X-Acto blade. Letter opener.
I was trying to pry it out and then fucking it felt good for like 3 days, and then fucking
It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot.
yes.
Yeah. I used to have like, yeah.
I think it's the shoes.
You think it's the shoes?
I think it's your shoes.
You think it's my shoes?
Maybe.
So I have like a bunch of calluses on the side of my toe, right? Do you have that? Does your toe build that?
I can't take you on my podcast.
My toe builds a lot of calluses on the side. You probably see
I
that.
think my toenails calloused.
But it's like super hard on the side of my toe, and I think that's from my shoe. Just like I point my toes right. I point my toes weird, and I don't know. I think my toes just like kind of rub on the side of the shoe a lot.
It's pretty good now.
Is this for optimal sleep?
Yes. Sleep hacking.
Sleep hacking. How does it benefit you? Just block sunlight.
It blocks light, so I can sleep better. And then also was using the earplugs.
The earplugs. Do you have
They kind of get annoying.
I should have brought my mushroom like biohacking kit. We could have talked
What's your
about it.
biohacking kit?
So it's I saw it on Instagram. They're like mushrooms, not the psychedelic ones, They're like the opposite. I always call them the opposite of psychedelic. They're like the ones that help you better. But they're like the life cycle biohacking kit. You can find them online. I bought them. Very expensive. I think it was worth it though. Definitely I take the lion's mane in the morning, the cordyceps in the morning, gets me refreshed.
Lucid dreams.
And then I'll get to that. The cordyceps give me energy. The lion's mane gets me my head clear. Maybe it's good before a tournament, so I can just really lock in.
You take them during the daytime, and they help.
Yeah, definitely. During the day, I'll take more lion's mane or the cordyceps to get my energy, morale up, and then lion's mane just clear my head, make sure I'm no brain fog really. And the one I take at night, I forgot what it's called, but helps my REM sleep, helps my deep sleep, and it makes me lucid dream a lot, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of a benefit right there. I get to stay in my dreams a lot. It's like time travel, kind of. It's weird, but it's cool. Definitely recommend it. They're cool to try out. And what could go wrong, I guess. But definitely stuff like that can biohack. Certain fruits can biohack. You ever heard of superfoods?
No.
Never
What
heard
is
of
biohacking in the first place?
Biohacking is biologically hacking your body to feel better. It's it's a biology.
Biology.
Yeah, human biology. It's hacking your body. It's using these
using biology shit to make your
yeah.
life
It's
better.
using certain fruits help you.
So exercise.
Yeah, it's kind of like exercising your brain almost.
Like ice baths or that biohacking.
That would be considered biohacking.
I think getting sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning is biohacking.
There's a lot of things that can biohack you. That's especially if it's consistent as well.
Mm-hmm.
And fruits, especially superfoods. Certain foods have real benefits to your health, and the more you eat of them, the more it'll benefit your health overall. And if you're consistent, it'll also be considered biohacking your body. So there's a lot of different terms that you could use, but I use these mushrooms just because they're pretty cool, and they sold me on it, so I had to try it out.
What do you see them on Instagram?
Yeah, I saw them on Instagram. A bunch of UFC fighters use them, professional athletes. Sounds like I mean, if these guys are using it, why wouldn't I use it? And then started using it. I felt it was pretty cool.
Do you have a routine you do?
I have a routine. Usually first thing in the morning, like for the biohacking stuff.
Just like,
In general.
What's your morning routine?
Morning routine. So Miss Reed definitely told me to sleep in today. I did not sleep in.
I turned off my alarm.
Yeah, I slept in actually. I turned off my alarm too. I slept in today. But usually I'm getting ready for school in the morning. Take my lion's mane sometimes when I feel like I need it. But sometimes I try to wake up early for like maybe a early morning workout at my house, but not really. And just the morning, I'm just trying to feel my body, see how much I can eat for weight maintenance or whatever. And I don't really do much. I try to brush my teeth every single night and morning. So
I was gonna ask. In the morning,
are you a morning person?
no.
No?
My routine, I keep changing it up.
Man, right now it's your ice bath series,
Yeah.
which is a pretty good way of starting a good routine.
I was gonna copy Joe Rogan's routine because what he does is he like sleeps in his fucking underwear, and then when he wakes up, he'll go take an ice bath and like stare at the sun, and it wakes him the fuck up.
It's a pretty good routine.
Do you drink coffee?
No.
Why?
I kind of replace like energy stuff and caffeine with the mushrooms. With the biohacking stuff. With the natural energy thing.
Okay. Yeah, so what I do, I don't know, I keep changing the shit up. But what I was doing is I wake up and then I turn on this like light back here and I stare at that for like a little, or maybe I'd like check my phone, drink like a bottle of water, and I go to the ice bath. I have it.
Do you have it written down?
I have it on my phone.
Oh.
Back
So
here.
what's this paper? What's on this paper right here?
I was like doing like before I go to sleep, I do a reflection, like what I could have done better that day.
Should we read some of it for the
Mhm.
podcast?
Good idea.
Content.
So trying to be perfect, just record whatever gets you to talk a lot.
Let me read some of it.
I don't know if you can read my handwriting.
I have worse handwriting than that.
Right.
That's why.
Bro,
Why do you think?
Last podcast I had Stuart read my freaking lucid dream journal.
Do you have lucid dreams often?
Sometimes.
I mean, I'd assume this helps with lucid dreaming, definitely.
I think my earplugs help.
That too.
Whenever I have lucid dreams, forget. But it's like the times I've had really good ones, it's when I've woken up and turned my alarm. It's like when I've woken up at like 5 o'clock and then pressed my alarm, just went back to bed anyway. Because I didn't fucking feel like getting up. And then when I go back to bed, I normally have like really in-depth lucid dreams. Like recently, I had the fucking longest one ever.
How long did it feel?
I
like?
wrote like fucking few paragraphs.
Dang.
I think I can say it from memory. It's fucking. I'll read some in a section.
Ice baths feel good. I used to have audio recordings that I would take on my phone. I was feeling on the day. I kind of stopped that because it was getting real sad. So I was like, I don't want to hear myself talk about sad stuff. It's kind of depressing. But daily reflection.
Stop consuming so much. Do it for yourself. Oh, stop caring. Don't spend so much time editing. Stick to your routines you set out. Get them ideas and scripts. Be producing more. Eat routine and habits to be you. Don't overthink shit. Look to the body when you control the mind.
To the body when you control the mind.
So, what's it? Andrew Huberman? Do you know him?
I think so.
It's like has this podcast. But when he says like when you can't think straight and you're like worrying or panicking and you can't like tell your mind to like shut off and like stop worrying, you look to the body because they're connected. And you just control your breathing and that stops your mind.
I've always heard all these breathing techniques to make you just like doing this 5-minute breathing thing every day consistently in the morning because it helps you like
I didn't pull up that
stress.
video.
But I mean I've never done any of that really. It's like sometimes in the shower maybe I'll just like and just like do that, but like there's like some real stuff that goes into that. I don't know if it's like I don't know if I believe in it or if it works, but
it's just because like just biology. Because so like cavemen, I say like back in the day, like when like hunting, people got hunted by tigers and shit. When if you were getting chased, you'd have to like do shallow breathing and like really quick. But when you like breathe really deep and do that extended exhales, like it tells your brain like you wouldn't be able to do that if you're getting chased by something and you're actually in danger. So it's just getting your mind straight.
So I used to have this technique for cross country that I saw a runner do. It was a double intake in the nose and then one out through the mouth, and like it's supposed to, you know, like you said, get your body like ready to run from like you're running from something, like you're running for your life, and it gets your body moving, and it's good to get like take a pause in between your breathing. So it was like it worked for me a lot. It definitely, I don't know if it was like a placebo effect or anything, like it made me think I was better, but like I felt better and I thought I performed better.
Maybe what if the freaking pre-workout was a placebo?
That's what I was also thinking about yesterday.
But I haven't been able to breathe through my nose. But when I do run, I'll like have my mouth like barely open and be breathing through both. Like I like won't even be thinking about my breathing.
Yeah, sometimes I'll focus on my breathing. For cross country, that's all I focus about.
When I run, what I recently started doing is like when I'm running, I'll just be thinking of random shit and I'll be fucking like, bro, what am I fucking supposed to think of? Fucking hurts to run.
Yeah. Because if you think about everything hurting, it's gonna just hurt more.
Now, like so maybe I'll think of like a project I'm doing, something I'm looking forward to, but I didn't like that. So what I do is I just focus on my surroundings, like beating the fucking guy in front of me. That's what I focus on. Like focus on performing as best as you possibly can.
Yeah. I definitely focus on the environment a lot, and like try not to focus on my body because the more I focus on it, the more it makes me want to quit. But like I can't quit.
Yeah, I'm like focusing on breathing. We're like, shit.
For cross country, it was like I had to consistently think about breathing because once I stopped thinking about it, that's when I stopped breathing so good, and then I'd start like fucking up. But when we have to do those 4 miles or whatever for wrestling, I'm trying to beat everyone, but I'm also trying to focus on like not worrying about my cramp or whatever if I got a cramp or something, because like you just gotta run through it. That's why I like cross country. It's like, 'cause I got to run a lot, and I had to run through a lot of
It's
cramps.
good mindset training.
Hmm.
I was gonna make a sleep hacking video, but I didn't like how it turned out.
Sleep hacking video. What would you say goes into sleep hacking? How do you sleep hack?
Resting. First off, I think light exposure is super important because that's like our ancestors rose with the sun when they're hunter gatherers. Like the sun told them to wake up, and
Night told me to go.
so yeah, so the sunlight has a bunch of blue light, and that's like what gets in your eyes. And then your screens also have a bunch of blue light, so staring at them like an hour before bed keeps you awake.
I think Coach Reed was talking about that. I didn't believe him, but I mean, it's not that I didn't believe him; it's just I didn't care. But
I had these special these glasses block blue light.
oh, is that for like those gaming glasses?
Yeah, I can use them for gaming.
Yeah, Mr. Mac has a pair of those. I always wanted them, cause like I always wanted to buy a pair.
These kind of suck.
You see them? You check them out.
There's like better choices out there.
All right, so everything's orange.
Yeah, I put them on an hour before bed.
Okay. And so you can look at your phone, and then
Yeah,
you'll be able to fall asleep with the.
You can look at your phone, and then yeah,
So it'll be like, yeah, definitely.
blocks the blue light, and then red's like the lowest on the spectrum.
So Johnny, me and Johnny were talking about this specifically. You talking about red, the color red. You ever, I think it's called Red 40. Wait, I mean like, I meant like the coloring dye that goes into like hot Cheetos and all that,
Yeah.
and how it's super harmful for your body.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think why do you think it's allowed in countries like ours, but like in Japan and all that it's banned?
Because let's think.
The United States just didn't give a fuck about us.
Why does America have all these fat people in other surviving? I think
Because what's the statistics? Not to cut you off, but like what's the percentage of obese people in America?
a lot more than everybody else. Okay. Why is that way, you think?
We definitely have the most fast food restaurants in almost all the world, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's because
The culture? That has something to do with it.
maybe we're just in advanced society because the marketers are trying to just do whatever sells, and people like fucking eating a shitload. Probably capitalism.
Basically, bottom line capitalism.
Why do people put red 40 if it's so bad? Why don't they just use normal dye?
Yeah, because in Japan, saw this guy. He's comparing the hot Cheetos here and the hot Cheetos there. And the first thing you notice when you open the bag is the hot Cheetos in Japan, they're orange, not red like ours. And that's because they banned the food color dye in Japan because it's very unhealthy for you. Like nothing natural is gonna be red like that. Like that's why all these things that you eat, like hot Cheetos and all that, is super harmful for your body. That's why you like when you use the bathroom, it's bad colors. Like it's not supposed to go in your body, and it comes out bad like that.
This red
Makes you
40,
feel like shit.
red 40 is just for the color. It doesn't have any taste or anything.
No, yeah, I don't know if it has. It might have like effect on like your internal organs or whatever. I don't know. Johnny was telling me something about it. But it's not. It's like a dye, right? But it's not good for you. That's the bottom line.
Why do they still use it?
I don't know. And why just here? Or not just here, but like we have other countries that are keeping their citizens healthier than ours specifically.
What does count? What does America have that everybody else doesn't?
Freedom, I guess we guess well, I guess we have the freedom of speech, but
What
that's slowly getting
separates us
taken
from
away.
everybody else?
We have the most McDonald's in the entire world, in our country. Is that a fact?
Probably is.
Yeah. I think. So when you see someone like Stewart, what do you think they go? What do you think their day-to-day life is looking like?
I'd Stuart. I'd talked about Stuart various times on my podcast, and it's just.
Does he get influenced by internet and like? Do you feel like he gets influenced? I'm gonna ask you the same question, but do you feel like he gets influenced by the internet a lot and like social media?
To do what?
Just yeah, be fat. You know, like it's okay to be submissive and like.
I think he gets it from. Because what separates us from someone like him is that it's his parents. Because that's what. Because if you think what we have that he doesn't, what difference is we have the same access to the same media.
Definitely, you're right.
So maybe it's probably just the people he has around his life that he developed.
Yeah, like a certain way of living, and like
Yeah, his parents probably influenced him.
Especially, would you say that Stewart's wealthier than the common family out there?
No, he's normal.
Normal, yeah. Does he have anything like that drives him to do stuff? Like, I know he played football, but was he really passionate about football?
I think he just likes hanging out and getting to be with people because that's what he does for fun. He likes socializing.
That's good. I mean, socializing is good, but I feel like everyone in their life should have something to strive for, and finding that purpose. That's what makes life so meaningful. It's finding a purpose.
Yeah. So he wanted to be like. I think he's in plans. He's just going through the emotions, but he wants to be like a car welder, a traveling welder, because he used to weld and travel. That's just like a dream. He hasn't put anything towards it. He's gonna probably just take shop class and think that's enough.
Poor Stewart. So he's homeschooled. He's homeschooled.
Yes. Fuck this shit.
What was your I guess we're getting off topic, but we're finding a topic at the same time. What was your reaction to Stewart being homeschooled?
Whoa. Stewart being homeschooled. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's definitely sad to not have Stewart at school. I didn't know why he was getting homeschooled. Probably definitely not good for him to be homeschooled. He's just gonna fucking waste his time.
Yeah. Definitely, homeschooling is not like, especially if you're a social butterfly and you like talking to people.
And he just plays Fortnite all day.
Whatever floats his boat, I guess. Do you feel you're a special type of human being like the everyday human being goes through the motions of they don't have a routine, they're not organized, they don't have something going for themselves, they're just going through the motions like you said. Do you feel like you're built different compared to all these other people that are, especially our high school students, like people that, you know, the ones with the big egos, like some they'll be like, oh, they'll mess you up in a fight or whatever, but they have no idea what they're talking about, and you just I mean, I stay quiet when it comes to that because like I'm humble, but do you feel like you're built different than like these
What
everyday?
separates me from them? Why I'm different? It'd probably be what makes me different is not that yeah, I have the same media as everybody else. I have the same choices of what I watch.
Mhm.
But what separates me, what got me to be different, maybe it's my parents because yeah,
Do your parents push you to be just doing hard stuff all
I
the
think they
time,
just
making sure you're not complacent?
no, they don't really push me. I push myself. But they probably did something that influenced me to like consume content related to my this goal of being fucking
Yes.
better, watching entertaining shit.
Mm-hmm. Did they tell you to watch these guys?
No, I found them on him. I think my journey of like improving myself started like because I think it actually started at the end of freshman year, over summer. That's definitely where it started. I was like, I don't know this kind of. I was like, I had a bunch of free time in like computer science and agmech, so I just watched a bunch of content. I was learning languages and stuff, like getting disciplined that way and putting effort. And I was learning chess, and then
I did that for a while. I like to play a lot of chess.
chess fucking useless. I realized
You
I
realize
was
chess is
grinding chess on a fucking computer, and I realized it's a fucking waste of my
I
life.
crank out the chess app all day, every day.
I think what was my highest elo was like maybe 700.
700. Mine's currently 1200.
You're not.
50.
Damn it.
I could show you. Chess.com. Chess.com.
Can you beat Quinn?
Can I beat Quinn? I've never tried to go up against
Quinn
him.
has a high elo.
Has a high elo.
He has like no life. He's like an anime phone case.
Anime phone case? Dude, that's impossible. This is my current, this is my account. It's pretty.
I think I should go against you. I went up against Rylan in chess,
Brown sucks ass.
and I filmed it, me crushing him. I can whip out the chessboard after this.
You gotta whip out the chessboard.
Live
chess match for the podcast. For the podcast.
Yes, that would be a good part.
That would be a good way to end the podcast.
Fuck, what we talking about before?
Talking about Stewart and how his mindset is different.
Before that.
Before that.
We were talking about how I got self improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was playing chess and that shit. Over summer. Yeah, so over summer I was playing chess. And I thought maybe that's what I was gonna do. I was also watching Death Note. I was thinking, yeah, I watched Death Note and I got inspired by that. I was like, if I could get like super fucking smart and then beat everybody or some shit.
I mean, if you're working harder than everyone.
Yeah, and thinking about like outthinking everybody, and I think chess went along with Death Note. And then maybe what did I do after that? I watched. Maybe I watched Baki, and that got me into fitness as well. It's like I was doing jujitsu and I was watching Baki.
Is there any other ways you trick your mind into making you being Or I know you watch content to make your mind, be ready for to just get involved with things like mindset wise. What do you watch? Like, what's your specific search history of what are you watching to elevate your mindset?
Check what I have on YouTube. You can see my feed.
I can see your feed right now. Joe Rogan,
Let me see what I have.
Mr. B. I
Lex
see
Friedman.
Andrew Tate,
We just found Mr. B.
Mr. B.
Yeah, I watched a lot of motivational videos. I think Andrew Tate's helped me the most.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how has Andrew Tate helped you the most?
I listened to his shit and actually fucking helped. I feel like there's some videos I have saved, but I like wrote out a lot of advice in my Apple Notes that I could read back. Well, I can. I have on here. But he taught me, like, he gave me some really motivational mindset.
Wyatt's Rules for Life.
Is that it? Yes.
Like it.
Let me think what else he taught me. I'll get back to that. But I forgot when I first started watching Andrew Tate was so I was on that self-improvement journey and I started watching what I want to do. I wanted to improve myself and I wanted to be the best. So first step was like probably getting myself to look good to pull some girls. So I was trying glowing up.
Glow up? Did it work?
I think.
How's it going? How's that
We
going?
need a photo for me like a year ago.
Yeah,
I think
you
it's went pretty well.
Are you gonna edit in side by side photo?
Oh yeah, I could.
That you
I
should.
think so. Yeah, it's on my
Content.
grind. Anyway, so yeah, I think I grew up definitely way better. I think what was I doing before? Just little things that changed in my habits. Because technically, you are your habits. Whatever you do on a daily basis, what's it going to become? Like if you're habitually eating a certain amount of food, and the things you're eating, you're going to turn into that.
Exactly. Same with your friends. People you hang around, you become it.
You are your friends. They're like a reflection of you.
Yeah, a reflection of who you are, who you hang around. That's
You see that video I made on it?
I think I did, but I remember watching
You're the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with.
Yeah, I remember I watched a video on it, and I never really believed in it until I had a girl come into my life, and she told me that the people I hang around are very good for
I
me.
saw this, and yeah, Andrew Tate also taught me that. It's like, you want to fucking be rich, you need to be spending your time with fucking rich people.
Yeah. Be
Like-
around that environment to see how they got there, and the reason why they're
Because,
there.
like, I looked at myself, and I look at my friends, and, like, they reflect me. I make the same fucking jokes. I do the same shit as them. Like,
But do they work as hard as you?
I think, because the people I hang around with, you're influenced by literally everything. So,
Mhm.
I think I'm different from my friends because I get, like, Andrew Tate's basically a friend because I consume his content. I'm being influenced by him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have that balancing me out because I'm
Oh,
not a
yeah.
total
Because
agenda.
you keep that around, you're always observing his content, and it's very you're absorbing it. So
Yeah.
it's it'll reflect.
It's
for
slowly
sure.
pulling me out to get better friends. Like I'm hanging out with you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, moving on from them. Slowly getting dragged up.
Yeah, I definitely have been. I took a long time away from my friends, just like working on myself, because wrestling not only takes a lot of time away from hanging out with my friends, but like it shows me what I can do when I'm not influenced by all these people that are like they're not on my level. They don't want it stuff as bad as me or as bad as you, and they don't understand. Like it's like I think David Goggins said this, like it's like when people think you're crazy is when you're in the right place, because like they don't know how bad you want it, and like they think I'm crazy. I go to practice every single like we go like what 7 in the morning to like 7 to 12. That's a 4 hour practice, and they call me crazy, and I'm like, it's just how bad I really want it, and it's I feel like I'm in the right place now. Now that people saying they would never do wrestling in their life, because like that's crazy. I would never do that long of practice, and I'm like, well, I try to convince them, obviously, try it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm where I'm at now, because like they think I'm crazy now that I'm going to these practices, but that's how I want to be. I want people to think I'm crazy because I have that mindset. That's just something to think about, like, how other people look at you. Who cares what they think about? Because like at the end of the day, it's your success. So.
I made a video on that. I was like, everyone in like 3 generations from now, no one's gonna know you existed. So you have to do it for yourself. You can't give a fuck.
This MMA fighter George St. Pierre, he's saying like, like you said, 3 generations from now, like there's a small percentage of people who really care about you, and beyond that, nobody really cares.
Speaking of that, one of my rules for life is that. Let me read it out. This one. Realize that nobody cares about you enough to help you, not even your closest. Like, who cares about you the most? You think? The one person who cares about you the most out of anybody.
Probably my mom.
So not even your mom can help you to become the person you want to be. You have to care about yourself.
You have to care about yourself to help yourself.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
like
you're gonna have to care about yourself and enough to get what you want, because like your mom's not gonna drag you. No one's gonna drag you out of bed and force you to work super hard to get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna do any of that for you. So you have to be self-count.
Yeah, I know. Like my mom, like I know she cares about me the most. Like
not even she can do any of that.
Yeah, she can't. Like she doesn't understand. Like when I'm weight cutting, like she's like, you need it. Here, you could eat a little bit. It's not gonna hurt. And I'm like, what you're feeding me is not fueling my body. It's not good for me. But she just doesn't understand. She's not really helping. Like even that rule, the rule that you have, it's like it's a really good rule, because it's exactly what life is. Like you have to help yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And
nobody cares about you. It's everyone has a spotlight on themselves because
it's they're their own main character.
You think the way people see the world, they think everyone's focusing their attention on them, so they're like worried and have social anxiety and shit, and worry. But when nobody cares, like you think of the weirdest fucker at school, like maybe Daniel, fucking
yeah, pretty weird.
I can't even say on the podcast what he's done, but
yeah,
they know how often you think about him a day, like fucking
never. Only when you see him is it when you ever.
And then think of the weirdest shit you do, and you're like, no one gives a fuck about me.
Yeah, nobody's fucking.
Why am I worried about fucking talking to a girl when even if the worst possible thing happens, no one's gonna give a fuck like a day later.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good mindset.
So it's good to drill. It's good to drill your mindset in by taking action, doing shit. I have the 4 rules as my wallpaper.
Nice.
How's it gone? Where's my wallpaper?
I actually my ex-girlfriend wrote me a list of things I need to be for her one time. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you right now, and we can go over that and see if there's any qualities to this madness that she wrote me.
Smart. She writes fucking a paragraph and fucking essay, and you say okay.
Okay, I should have responded with the game pigeon. And it would have been hilarious.
Fuck, that's loud.
Come on.
Speaking of, also another thing, I get a lot of haters on my videos, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that means you never. I've always heard this. you'll never meet a hater that's doing better than you.
Yeah. I know one of the things you're never gonna meet a hater, which has a life that you envy, because all the people who are more successful than you don't care about you, and all the people who are under you are trying to drag you down.
Exactly. That's
So I never met a hater that, which I want to switch lives with. They're all fucking losers. And if they're hating on you, that just means they're better. You're better than them.
They're jealous.
On my video on criticism, I said, like, fucking, they're just trying to bring you down to their level because it's easier than building themselves up and being better than you.
Yeah. Let me see if I deleted it.
Fucking.
But it's
It's good to have haters.
Yeah, it's good to have it because same thing with the crazy thing where people think I'm crazy for going to practice for 5 hours. You feel like you're in the right place, right? You're getting haters, so you're doing
That means you're doing good.
You're doing something right for someone to have to try to hate on you for it. So, well, I can't find it, but basically it was a set of rules that
she wrote fucking rules of the relationship.
Yeah, we had an argument one time. Let me see if I made it my wallpaper to piss her off one time. Nope, it's not here anymore. Dang it. But it was basically a list of rules of things I need to do better as a bare minimum boyfriend.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. I guess I could not do the bare minimum. I don't know.
You could not do the bare minimum.
I could not do the bare minimum, I guess. It's kind of crazy. But
below average boyfriend.
Below average boyfriend, exactly. Like
what are her standards?
Her standards were pretty
harsh.
I had to treat her. I had to make sure
treat her like a queen.
Basically, I had to make sure she was never angry at me. I'm like, I can't really control that. I can
control her. Make sure she's not angry at you.
Yeah, I have to make sure she's not angry at me. I'm like,
the fuck.
I had to. I forgot what else I had to do. There's so much. There's a giant list.
You can't let a girl take charge.
Exactly. I stooped to her level to like. I became basically her bitch at that point.
Here's how you control a relationship. I heard Andrew Tate talk about this on his PhD course.
Mm-hmm.
Pimping hoes degree.
All right, what's the advice?
You gotta attach weight to your attention is like a currency. You gotta attach weight to that. If you're always talking to your bitch and giving her attention when she's fucking pulling you down, like if she's like being rude to you and you giving her attention, then that means she is going to continue to be rude and fucking try to argue with you because that's gonna get your attention to her.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just cut your attention, that's gonna train her to not fuck around, and she's gonna. Yeah.
I see that, like for sure.
Because, like, who's someone, the people like in your life that you never get to meet, you, like, value them more. Like a fucking parent or someone who's out of town. Like a grandparent, like out of state. And so, if you don't give them as much attention, then if you just give them your attention as a way of rewarding them to get to your ultimate goal in a relationship, then that's how you do it.
Definitely. I was giving her too much. I feel like I was giving her. I felt like I made sure everything was like my fault, when in reality, some of the things were out of my control that she was upset about. Like that I would say something and that she didn't find it like funny or something, but there was this big thing about like I said a joke and like she didn't like it, but we joked around in our group of friends all the time, and it was kind of like, where do you draw that line of what's offensive and what's not offensive? Because I could have taken offense to a lot of things that they would have said, but I went past it because I thought we're all chill like that. but obviously we weren't. So that was a big deal. And then this last thing was because I was following Hooters on Instagram.
It's not even that big a deal.
I know, and then I told her,
That's
sorry
big.
for being a teenager. Like, I'm defending myself. And she's like, you almost defended yourself. I'm like, I basically am defending myself because I am a teenager.
I think
if you're too mature for me.
the way to go about avoiding, like, when you sense your girl trying to get fresh with you, maybe she's like, when she sends that text, like, why are you following Hooters? Or, like, says that, you just cut your attention. You don't respond to it. And you just act like you didn't see it. You don't give her, you just cut your attention if she's like trying to get fresh. And then she'll like, because pretty girls aren't used to getting ignored. Because it's not like guys calling them all the time and stuff. But if you don't give them your attention, if you leave a girl in red that fucks with them, they're like, pretty girls always get responded to.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd be like, that's why girls like bad boys, like who don't like treat them like shit, because
20%.
Oh. Yeah, they like guys who treat them like shit because they limit their attention.
They expect people to be simping.
Their attention has more value because there's less of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And then when they get that not reality check, but they get someone that's like they don't care about them, they're like, it kind of makes them insecure almost. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, pretty girl that gets all the attention, and then this one guy doesn't give a fuck about her. Like, that pretty girl has to think like,
yeah, because most of the like pimps you see, they don't give their girl any attention. They're not like all freaking like. I see guys texting girls all the time, saying a bunch of snaps and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're girls chasing them. They're not chasing the girl.
Yeah, exactly. Chicks are difficult.
Yes.
Very difficult. We have to get a female on the podcast and ask her.
They're gonna have Michelle Felix on my podcast. That's cool, but she fucking didn't respond.
We gotta find somebody who's chill enough to get on the podcast.
Oh, I was gonna have Kendall. Not chill, but
I had girls on the MEHS podcast, but it's kind of different because it's about our school. It wasn't really personal.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple cut episodes, I think, that might be interesting to listen.
We get Caleb and his girl on the podcast.
Yeah, Caleb and his girl on the podcast.
She's a narc.
She's a narc, yeah, for sure. Allow me to find a who has been the most interesting you've had on the podcast so far on your podcast?
I might Meme.
You had that many?
Well, I might Meme.
Who?
Meme.
Meme?
No, it's French for grandma.
Oh, okay. She's been on your podcast?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that episode, if there is an episode.
Do you even follow my channel?
I do follow your channel.
Which one? I have two.
You have two. Anyway, it was a fun night. Do you regret not going to homecoming 2023?
No.
Why not?
Because I wasn't prepared.
I wasn't prepared.
No girl, no Riz.
Look, was this before you had some of those rules in your...
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, some of those
probably
rules...
now with the rules I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, like, definitely the rule about nobody cares. Like, that would definitely...
Yeah, definitely cares. But back then.
Yeah. Like, with me, it depends on how I feel. Sometimes I do care a lot, sometimes I don't. Where I could just, like, speak my mind or whatever. Some days I can't do that and not be open.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, at homecoming, I could talk to anybody that day. I was having fun. I stole some chicks' high heel, or Adriana's high heels. This is pretty good. It's pretty fun. What are your goals for the end of this? What is your New Year's resolution?
I didn't make
White
one.
Boston.
I didn't make one.
You make one?
No.
Why not?
I made a video on New Year's resolutions podcast.
End the podcast.
Brennan podcast
This has been an
interview series.
interview series. This is one of many. I'll be back.
Round 1.
This is a round 1.
Okay, that's in the podcast. I'll
Yeah.
have an outro.
You don't have an outro?
I'm gonna play the Giga China theme.
Did you?